Starting a personal brand will totally change your life as long as you do it right. I grew from 0 to 30,000 subscribers in my first year on YouTube alone, and it transformed my life. I've created new revenue streams, I've landed 4-figure brand deals, and I have a consistent flow of new clients coming in from my content. What's crazy is that it took me 10 years in my business before I started creating content. I actually had a mentor early on that told me that if you cannot get a sale at the snap of your fingers, you don't have a real business. He explained to me that if you want water, you just go to the sink, you turn on the faucet, and you fill your glass. And in business, if you don't have a faucet that you can turn on that just spits out leads and sales whenever you want them, then you're in risk of your business dying from dehydration. And I didn't believe him at first because business was good. I felt like I didn't have time to create content because I was a stay-at-home dad to 3 kids in addition to running my business and taking care of my clients. But I eventually realized I was very, very wrong. You see, I had 2 clients that I lost in the same week, and they paid me a combined $150,000 a year. And so when they disappeared, I had to hustle my face off to go replace that business. It was in that moment that I realized how much easier life could have been. If I had just taken the time to create some content, build my personal brand, then I could have leveraged that audience to replace those clients so much faster with a lot less work. Now, since you're watching this video, you are probably way smarter than I am, and you already realize that creating content and building an audience is going to allow you to grow your business on easy mode. You just want to know how to do it. And the first step is to make sure that you don't just start a social media account, you need to be building a personal brand. People buy from people. More importantly, people buy from people that they like. People they trust can get them a result. It doesn't matter if you are the best in your field. All that matters is if someone knows you, if they like you, and that they trust that you can help them achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. So if you want to build an audience of loyal fans, if you want to turn your views into sales, then you need to get people to know, like, and trust you. Let's start with how to get people to know you. There are 2 parts to this, and the first one is that you have to get discovered. This might seem obvious, but if people don't know who you are, they can't buy from you. So if you want them to know you, you need to learn how to use social media to get views and get discovered by a lot of people. Most people don't get this. They just look at how good they are at their craft, and they think that the followers and the clients should naturally come from that. And I see this all the time. Like, to give you an example, if I'm working with an online fitness coach, they might be like, look, I only have 100 followers, but this guy has 200,000 followers, which is ridiculous because he doesn't know what he's talking about, and I'm way better at this and have way more credentials, way more certificates or whatever, way more knowledge than that person has. I can get people better results. And that may be true, but the difference between this fictional coach, which this is a lot of people, that has 100 followers, and that person that has 200,000 is that person learned how to market themselves. That person put in the effort to create a lot of content and figure out how to get views to build their audience. That way they could get clients more easily. And I'll give you a resource to help you with the views and the growth later in the video. But for now, you need to realize that you are in the business of being a marketer. You're not a fitness coach, you're a marketer. You are not a business coach, you're a marketer. You are not a guitar instructor, you are a marketer. If you want to build a powerful business and brand, you don't have to be the best in your field at what you do. You just have to get really good at marketing yourself. Which leads to the second part of this, which is you need to become known for something. When people first discover you, when they find one of your videos and they check out your profile, they don't care about you. All they care about is whether you can help them with whatever problem they have. The question they look at when they're deciding whether to follow you, whether to hire you, is what is in it for me? What can you, the creator, do for me? And if they're not sure what you're about from your profile and your content, then they aren't going to follow you. You need to have a clear niche. That way you can begin to develop a reputation. Who is it that you help? What is it that you help them with? How do you help them? You need to answer these questions so that your content is focused and you develop a reputation as the guy or the girl that helps people get that specific result. This is also going to make your content much more successful in the form of views on any platform because the algorithm is going to be able to figure out what it is that you're about so they can show your content to the right people who are actually interested in the videos you're creating. If you consistently post on that topic, your audience is going to start to grow, and over time you're going to become known as a go-to authority in your niche. Next, you need people to like you, and this is the personal part of growing a brand. If you just create educational content, how-to content, then you will become a commodity. You will become a dictionary, and no one will care about you. Like I said earlier, people want to buy from people that they feel like they have a connection with. So you need to let them get to know who you are, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to share your story. For example, example, if you were at a restaurant and you saw a guy flashing money and wearing a gold Rolex, you might think that he's a privileged jerk. But if you sat down with the same guy and you heard his story and about how he came up from nothing and was a self-made millionaire and how he gives back to his community that he was raised in to help bring all of those people up, you might think that guy's a legend. Your story and positioning mean everything. So consider the struggles that you faced in your life, that you faced on this journey, and how you can position yourself. If you think back to the start of this video, I mentioned about how I spent 10 years in my business not creating content because I was a stay-at-home dad. I was trying to figure out how to raise these little kids and take meetings while feeding my son a bottle and trying to take care of my clients and balance all of the things. That was a struggle that I faced that is going to relate to somebody watching this video. Let me give you a real-life example of this. I have this amazing client named Bridget who is an absolute rock star on TikTok, and she hired me because she had a young son and she didn't want to go back to work. She wanted to turn it into a full-time thing. And so now she's earning 6 figures a year from TikTok and gets to stay home with her son, and it's amazing. And the only reason that she hired me is because she related to my stories about being a parent and raising my kids while I was building my business. So you want to think about your story and tell it through your content because it's going to attract people that are like you. So think about, like, how can you do this? Maybe you've been overweight your entire life since you were a kid, and as you start to have kids of your own, you realize that you don't have the strength or the energy to get down on the floor and play with them and to run around. And worse, as they start to get older, they start dealing with the same weight issues that you did. And you realize something has to change. So you change your diet, you start lifting weights, you completely transform your body. And during this, you and your children develop this mutual love for hiking and going on outdoor adventures, and they're getting healthier too. After seeing how your transformation improved your relationship with your wife and your kids, you feel inspired to help other dads do the exact same thing. And so now you're starting a business. Now you're creating content, sharing how you got the results. But if you're sharing your story, other dads that are in that same position, that have those same fears, those same concerns, they are going to want to work with you. And that's how you build that powerful personal brand. But don't stop there. Share your personality. Share all the weird quirks about yourself that make you you. Share your opinions and your unique perspective, and take a stand on controversial topics in your niche. This is a good example. Choose to say niche instead of niche and watch people go crazy in the comments. The point is, not everyone will agree with you. Not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Those aren't the people that you want to work with anyway. But other people are going to like you. They're going to like your personality, and they're going to agree with your opinions. Since you are willing to put yourself out there and take a stance and be authentically you, you're going to attract the types of people that you want to work with. And they are going to want to hire you over anyone else as long as you do one other thing. Your audience has to trust you, and specifically, they have to trust that you can get them a result. That you, as a dad that's been through it before, can show them how to get in shape for their family. Because no matter how much somebody likes you, they will not take the next step if they don't trust that you can deliver, that you can get them that result. And the only way that you can get somebody's trust is by helping them solve their problems. I can't say this enough. You are not a content creator, you are a problem solver. You need to know all of the things that your ideal client is struggling with and what the solutions are. There's actually an exercise that will help you with this that I want you to do after this video. Take out a pen and a paper and make a big list of all of the problems that you think all your clients are dealing with right now. And I mean list dozens, all of the problems you can think of. Lean on your own experiences too. What were you struggling with when you were in their shoes and trying to get to where you are today? You can also think about the questions that your current clients are asking you, because the questions they're asking are the things that your viewers and your future clients are thinking about right now. So write down all of the problems on one side of your paper and then write all of the solutions on the other. Now take a break and then come back and look them over and pick out the top 5 that are the easiest to deliver and that you think are the most likely to resonate with your audience. These are the best ones to use in your content. If you know your clients' problems, then you will know how to sell to them. And if you help them take steps to solve these problems in your content, then your viewers will trust that you have the ability to get them the result if they hire you. The key here is that you have to give it all away for free. So many people keep their best stuff back only for their customers, and this is a huge mistake. Give it all away so that way people can trust that you know what you're talking about. Then then they're going to hire you for accountability. They're going to hire you to get some structure and some guidance, to ask you questions and to get help overcoming obstacles whenever they arise. There is no downside from giving it all away for free. Speaking of giving it all away for free, the best place to start building your personal brand from scratch is on TikTok. It is the easiest social media platform to start getting views and build an audience. And I've actually created a free course that you can watch here. It is 60 minutes long and takes you through everything that you need to know to start successfully on TikTok.